A 20-point lead in the third quarter. Now they lead 81-58.
Jerry, they beat you from any way they can. They don't care how they beat you.
This is a better Portland club than last year, Gus. No doubt about it.
More sound, you know. And they've got the same depth, but they've got the experience now.
They know they can win, which is so important in the NBA. In any sport, I guess.
Yes.
I guess that's what's happened at Denver in football. And you'll watch Super Sunday next week on CBS. Truck Robinson.
Strong.
Robinson, 15 points. Robinson came into the game with an average of 22 on the year. Now it's 25 points for Lionel Hollins.
He might get 40.
Might also get a Chevy Award today.
Got my vote so far.
83-60. Walton with a rebound. Here's the outlet pass, but Watts is there against Gross. Now Hollins back over to Gross. Robinson with a rebound. The top rebounder in the NBA, Truck Robinson. Number 21 against Maurice Lucas. Good move and a foul on the play. Driving to the hoop is Aaron James. Foul going to be called against Portland. Lionel Hollins has another foul. That's his 5th. So with 5 fouls on Lionel Hollins, 5:20 to go, third period, he'll come out. The Blazers lead 83-60. Next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, we have 3 exciting events, including, of course, the Super Bowl preview, the flavor and romance of historic New Orleans, and the dazzling Superdome. And, of course, the teams who will meet on the following day. That's Saturday at 3:30 on the CBS Sports Spectacular. A big day for CBS. And next week, Gus Johnson, as we see coming into the ball game, a mass substitution now coming into the ball game for the Portland Trailblazers. For the first time is T.R. Dunn, a rookie, the only rookie on the roster. He was drafted number 2 by him. He's out of Alabama.
And he's a fine one, too. He's got tremendous leaping ability. Going to be a good rookie.
You're watching Aaron James at the foul line. Miss for New Orleans. 83-60, 5:20 to go in the third quarter. James has been the starting forward at 6'8". He's the first man ever selected by the original Jazz. Hollins' career high is 36. He's out of the ball game in foul trouble. He's got 25. That's Walton in the middle. Walton trying to pass. Kelly finally blocks one. Taken away by Twardzik and knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to New Orleans.
Very good hustle right there. Right now, Robinson has 8 rebounds and Walton has 13 of them.
So that is as we have some mass substitutions. Paul Griffin coming back into the game. Truck Robinson comes out. Rich Kelly goes out. Back into the ball game, Joe Merriweather. Merriweather's had the flu. He's had some knee problems. Back in the ball game, Pete Maravich. Maravich and Watts on the back line up against Twardzik. There's Griffin outside. In and out on the rebound. Taken away by Walton. Merriweather is furious. Fellies know James is mad. Felly was fouled on the play and no whistle. 4:49 to go in the third quarter. That's Walton looking for the pass. Now he goes for the shot. A little hard. Inside. The rookie.
There's a rookie right there in time, showing his leaping ability and being in the right place.
So T.R. Dunn comes up and bangs in 2. His 57th points of the year. He's only played in 23 games. Watts is against Twardzik. 85-61, the lead of 14. Maravich moving past one man. That is not Watts' best shot. He normally penetrates. On the floor, Aaron James going to the hoop, and he might have given the elbow as he went in. Yeah, he did. Offensive foul. Good call.
There's Walton right there again. Here's the play again right here. James is going to the hoop. Here's Walton with his intimidation. Blocks a shot. Gets the offensive foul on the boot.
Yes, I don't know. People watching this telecast here in Portland, Oregon, I don't know whether they realize what they have meant to the Portland club. The Blazer Mania has done some kind of a job to help win the World Championship.
Believe me, Jerry, I'm sure they're aware of it.
They have been very much involved with this ball club. We saw it last night in Detroit's game. They helped bring this team back. We got a foul and an injury. Walton is limping on his right knee. Same one that he hurt last night.
Check the silence in the Coliseum right now.
That is Ron Culp, who has been selected already. Former Cleveland trainer. 4th year here with Portland. Very competent. The man in blue, of course, Jack Ramsey. Ron Culp was a former Bowling Green State University trainer. Thanks to John White, the public relations director here. Walton's all right. Former reporter here, 15 years with the Portland, Oregon Journal. Sports editor, former sports editor, doing a fine job here under Herman Sarkowski and Lawrence Weinberg. Harry Glickman, of course, the executive vice president of the Portland Trailblazers. Stu Inman, the vice president, has done a fine job also. It's been a great team effort with the fans in the front office as well. That's Slick Watts. Over to Maravich. Maravich with a double pump. Doesn't go. Back over to Watts. 4 seconds to shoot.
Toughy, I'm not sure. He shot that shot twice now, and he's hit it both times.
Hello, Slick Watts. 85-63. 3:30 to go, third quarter. That's T.R. Dunn. Dunn out of Alabama. That's Walton. Merriweather rebounding. Over to Watts. He will penetrate well. Going to the hoop. Fine shot.
Very, very good move. He went there and laid the ball right up over Walton's hand.
The kid from Grambling, Aaron James, scoring. That makes it 85-65. Only 20-point lead.
Just 20.
The natives are a little restless. They want to go for the jugular vein. Lucas does, gets another 2. Lucas now has 15. High man is Hollins with 25.
I think he thought about dunking that time and decided just to put it in the hoop.
Watts going with 1 from the left side. Walton off his fingers, out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Watts. Back in the ball game, Larry Steele and Tom Owens. Also coming into the ball game, Gus Bailey. We have a timeout with 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. The score, Blazers 87, Jazz 65. You're looking at a man on the left who really could move the basketball, Dick McGuire.
Super coach, very good coach. He directed the Knicks for a while, and I enjoyed the times that I have sat down and talked with John.
John White, of course, on the right, the PR man we were talking about. Former writer, has done a good job here. Back to live action, 87-65. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. We're in the third quarter. T.R. Dunn is guarding Pete Maravich. Over to Slick Watts. Guarded now by Johnny Davis. Maravich finding the touch outside. Maravich is pumped in now, 18.
And he has to keep on doing that, too.
Pete's in foul trouble, though. Yeah. Hollins' career high is 43 points. And Hollins won't make that now because he's in foul trouble. T.R. Dunn with an air ball, but Larry Steele gets it and whacks it home. Steele's first 2 points in the afternoon.
Yeah, they just keep coming at you, too.
They bring him off the bench.
Everywhere.
In droves. And it is now 89-67. 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Will the pistol get hot and bring him back? Larry Steele as Maravich misses. Johnny Davis. Davis wore number 18 last night. Somebody stole his uniform. A whistle, a foul underneath, or a 3-second violation. Oh, it's 3. Crowd doesn't like it.
Yeah, he just got hung up in there. Didn't know what to do with the ball. Shoot it or give it up.
Now Watts will bring it up underneath Joe Merriweather against Tom Owens. Walton out of the ball game. Owens is in underneath. 1 minute, 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. There might be a backcourt foul against Slick Watts. Elgin Baylor, talking before the game in the hotel, visiting with Gus and myself, was saying that one of the things about New Orleans this year that's improved them has been their rebounding. They have done a much better job. There is Elgin now on the bench in the white, or rather in the blue.
I know he's probably wishing he could give him something right now, a little extra.
He says we're still quite a bit away from turning this thing around. The Jazz, as you know, now in their 4th year of existence. Johnny Davis now has 4 points. They put on the all-court press, the trap, and breaking it now, bringing it up. The Jazz going with Gus Bailey. Over to Watts. Watts has a 3-on-2. Hits the open man, and Merriweather blows the dunk. He was fouled on the play, and that's why he blew it. Big guy that hit him was Tom Owens at 6'10".
This is basketball. He's bringing the ball down the fast break. He pulls the big man off to him. He lays the ball off the man. He missed the dunk. Got fouled on it, though.
Owens hit him, and Merriweather goes to the line. Out of Southern Illinois, drafted number 1 by Houston. Now 24. He was the 9th leading NBA shooter last year. Joe Merriweather made the all-rookie team. Out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Came from Atlanta for a number 1 choice in '78 and future consideration. Guess that usually means money, doesn't it?
I think so. Wasn't he a runner-up in some kind of a slam dunk contest?
I don't know whether he was the runner-up last year or not. I know he was up high.
Yeah, he was in there.
Owens is there. This year, of course, it's the horse contest at halftime. That's Maurice Lucas. 17. What a quarter he's had. 15 in the quarter.
How many in a row?
Against Portland, 1 minute 27 to go. Lucas has had a hot hand. 7 field goals in the quarter. 1 minute 20 seconds to go. 93 to 69. The Blazers blowing them out. And a timeout has been called. An injury timeout. Ron Culp comes out. Wants to check now and see if the eye of Tom Owens is okay.
I think he's got a little cut there on it.
Owens has had a traveling man's life. You saw him in the ABA. I'm sure
Yes, I did.
You're an assistant coach in the ABA,
yes,
as you said.
Yes, for a year there with Indiana, and I think Tom was with Carolina or Virginia Squires at the time, and played a pretty good game then.
They made a move here to pick him up from Houston for Robin Jones. That trade was engineered. Now he backs Walton up.
Well, right now the trade doesn't look bad. I watched him last night, and he seems weak, but he does a sufficient job of letting Walton get a rest. He hasn't hurt him at all today.
No question about it. He's not the most graceful-looking center in the league, but he gets the job done.
Yes. Ooh.
You brought it up a moment ago about how many Lucas had hit in a row in this period, and he's got quite a streak going now.
Yes, he does. He's 7 for 9 for the period and 7 straight, and that's not saying he's not putting the ball in a hole, is it?
He started out slowly,
Very
1 out of 7. Now he's gone 7 straight in the quarter, and for the game he's 8 for 16, so he's turned it around. Gus, when you played, did you ever start that badly? As I recall, you at times could go on a streak that you were known as a streak shooter.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, sometimes you just you go out and maybe you blow an easy shot, and then you start thinking. Anytime a basketball player starts thinking about it, he's in trouble, you know.
I want to get into the best forward you've ever played against in the NBA. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but I do want to remind everyone that Super Sunday comes up, as you know, next week. Something to really look forward to. And Super Sunday featuring, of course, the Super Bowl 12. That'll be coming up about 3 o'clock. But prior to that, the Phoenix Open and, of course, the NBA with 2 games. Where are you going to be next week? In Boston?
Yeah, I have Boston and Portland, and I'm looking forward to that game. Boston's having some problems, and Portland seems to have everything in order, so we'll see what goes down.
You'll have a lot of stories to tell about that Boston club with a change in coaching. Tommy Heinsohn out. We're back to live action. That's Larry Steele pumping one up. Rebounded by Joe Merriweather. Great block by T.R. Dunn. Taken back by Merriweather. 1 minute and 4 to go, third quarter, 93 to 69. That's Merriweather having it taken away by Owens. Owens has a patch over that eye, it looks like. Yeah, big one. So it's the right eye Tom Owens was hit on. He's all right. They patched him up. Davis, look at that quick first step. Oh, something else. So quick he ran into his own man.
Sure, I tell you, I'd like to say something about Tom. He's out there playing with guts. He's got a patch, and he's still running them down the floor.
41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Maravich is going to try and get hot. Misses the bank shot. Griffin goes up. Griffin looks like he's going to be around for a number of years.
Yeah, he is. He's a real scrapper. He doesn't mind mixing it up. He goes to the hoop, and he shoots very well.
It is very unusual. You see a number 5 draft choice, such as number 30, make a ball club.
Well, he's on the club.
He's out of Shelby, Michigan, 6'9", 205. Hadn't played very much. 24 years old. This is his second year. He's going for his 4th point. And he's got it. 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. 93 to 71. The Jazz trailing the Blazers. Maravich going to try and get him back in it. He leads the NBA in scoring, and Maravich has 18. That's below his average. Johnny Davis trying to work the ball inside. In the ball game for the first time, James McElroy. And Bailey going for Steele. Steele is really mad. They call a foul against Steele. This is rough time, Gus Johnson.
Yes, it is. I don't think the fans like that call, but there was definitely an offensive foul. Here we go right now with Owens going up with a shot. It's blocked here by Merriweather. They bring the ball back, and Steele runs over him.
Yeah, I say that Steele ran into Gus Bailey.